Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and jumping on in. Let's get the intro going. We don't do the countdown today because it's a fast update. I'm not going to have you sit there for 10 minutes counting the clock. We don't do that here on Saturday and Sunday. You got a family. You got things to do. This is hopefully your day off of work, so you can be there for your kids and your wife. We're going to make this 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to give you the Bitcoin update, and we're going to get out of here so you can get back to the family business. Shout out to everybody here. We love you, and we appreciate you. If you're young and you don't have a family yet, you're ready to grind all day, baby. We're here for you no matter what. Shout out to everybody. We love you. Let's get that intro going, and let's get it in. Crypto lifers, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Bam, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate. Why am I blue? Why do I look so blue? That's weird. Anyway, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I guess this shirt has like some blue-green in it, and it's like messing with the green screen, making me look green. Anyway, let's get the music back up and running. Shout out to everybody here. God bless you all for jumping on in. So sorry. God bless you all for jumping on into a beautiful day. Yeah, this shirt has like a weird, see? Sometimes it's how high this lighting is, too. Anyway, never forget it. We're in the money right now. We just opened up a trade. Let's talk about it. I just got into Bitcoin for $800 with a 21x long. I'm up $11, 1.3%. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Can I get to 3%? Can I be the king of 3%? I like these new little jack-o'-lantern. You got to love it, right? You got to love it. Apparently, you can put your own little logo on these, too. You can make these a little more personable. I'm going to try to do that. Put a Crypto Lifer logo in there. Jamie, find out how I can put a Crypto Lifer logo in there. I think I can. I've seen someone else do it. But anyway, but why am I in this trade? Let's talk about it. What's going on? Let's break it down. You know, the guy that shows you what he's doing every single day, the most transparent guy on the game, right? A lot of people show you the trades, but they don't show you when they enter the trade. I try to do that a lot if I can. If you're in my trading group, everything I do, I explain it. If I enter a trade, I feel guilty if I don't tell you. Because if it bumps up huge, number one, I don't get the credit. But number two, I believe I'm I have a high probability. So if I believe something's going to boom, and my mind tells me, there's a good chance it is going to make a move. So I might as well share what I'm seeing. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. Actually, that just makes me realize. Hold on. I just realized something horrible. Something horrible. When I got rid of the ticker, we got rid of this, and we got to get this back on the game. Bang, right? Oof. That's why I'm the CEO, right? That's why I'm the CEO of this company. I'm just joking around. But it's funny as that is, right? Oh, that's latent. That's going to move. Anyway, Bitcoin booming to the upside. 26,930. That is the key resistance that's been a problem for a long time. Remember, have you seen me mention 26,930 over and over and over and over again? So remember, this is not financial advice. Nothing I say and do here should be taken as financial advice. Also, the channel sponsors ITrust Capital. God bless ITrust Capital. Thank you so much for hooking us up and sponsoring the channel. We love you, and we appreciate you. ITrust Capital, where you can move your Roth IRA or IRA and get yourself into a tax-free situation where when you take that money out for retirement, you're going to be pretty in a good spot. You know, reach out to your professionals or CPA and then talk to ITrust Capital. You can actually roll the IRA you have right now into ITrust Capital. It's pretty simple and easy. They have the ways to do it. And also, they're regulated. They have access to a bunch of coins that a lot of other people don't have in a situation like this. So, very unique company. Been around a good amount of time. Really went through the last bear market and just pushed right through it. Shout out to ITrust Capital. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you for holding us down. And the whole crypto space, man, for getting into crypto in the first place. So thank you to ITrust. We appreciate that. So Bitcoin, inside of what I look like is a kind of a bull pennant. You know, some say symmetrical triangle. It's kind of a hybrid. I'll give it a symmetrical triangle, 50-50. It could go either way. Did it break out already? You know, one could say no. Some could say, the wick guys say no. But that's why if you use wicks, like what kind of patterns do you have? You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll use a wick if it has to happen. But most of the times I'm candle bodied, baby. I'm candle bodied up. So if I candle body up, it means I have to be true to this one. It looks like we broke out, retested, and we're breaking further to the upside. This also looks shoulder, head, right shoulder. See how that's a slanted, inverted head and shoulder that can break to the upside? Yes, the 50-minute is getting overbought in the Stokes, but it's just crossing the line. We could get a pretty big move to the upside. We're up 12 bucks right now, the biggest we've ever been up in the trade. We'll see where this goes. I like how low, higher, low. We had that beautiful pump to the upside last night. It almost felt like the ETF was going to get approved, right? I don't know about you. It faked me out for a second because, you know, I was away. I was at dinner. I had opened up the trade all day. Then I doubled down before I left the house because I was like, man, I had this vision that the market was going to make a move. I can't explain it. I had this vision. I was like, the market's going to move. And then it did in a way that, you know, and honestly, that candle was huge. It went up like 300 bucks in like a minute or two. It was huge. Like one of the fastest moves I've ever seen. Someone in our trading group, dude, he made 30 racks, bro. Like $30,000. Like it is insane. I got to show you this. The guy is an absolute savage. He's an absolute savage. Like I've never seen anything like it in my life. Like the amount of leverage he could use and the amount of patience this man has. But I got to post this to the trading group. And I posted it already, but I'm just going to post it again so I can show it. But this is the stuff that we see in the group, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So amazing. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So one thing we want to discuss here. Oh, yeah. So I got to show you this game. It's insane. Then we're going to break over where I see Bitcoin going tonight. And then I'll be back at 8 p.m. tonight to go over if I was right or wrong. That's another thing. I get to hold myself accountable, you know, every single week, man. We love it. I love it. And that way you get to see kind of if the predictions are correct or if the projections work out or if my trading style actually is profitable. All right. Look at this, man. 107% gains at 100x leverage. He made $30,000 on that move last night. It took like an hour. Unbelievable. $30 million in futures, dude. Because if you do 30 grand times 100, you're in for a $3 million position. He was in a $3 million long. Giving Crypto Face a run for his money. No, shout out. But this dude was in a $3 million long last night. And he was able to pull out $30,000 out of this big move here. He didn't even take the whole move. Look at how small the move was for him. I think he got in at like, look at this. This is crazy. Put my glasses on. I'm losing my eyesight. Got in at 27.42 and got in at 26.750 and got out at 27,000. He only needed basically a little under a $200 move, $300 move. Unbelievable. Yeah, a little under a $300 move. Unbelievable. Bitcoin booming to the upside. We're getting the pump. I just gave the trade to my trading group. We nailed it again. If you use high leverage, you're actually way up more than me. I'm the least risky guy in my trading group. I swear everyone's riskier than me in my trading group. I just want to make, 50 to 100 bucks on the weekends too. I don't want to be too crazy. I'd even take that 15. You know what I mean? And look, we took this $5,000 to $6,613. We were at $6,800. I did take a $250 loss, or maybe $300 in total. But then I boomed it back up yesterday to about 150 bucks. And we're sitting at $6,600, right? So my $5,000 account at $6,600. We're going to keep growing, baby. We're going to keep growing, showing you the balance, showing you what's happening. And I'll even show you the P&L. You know what I mean? Every few weeks I'll show it to you. Right now, it's going strong. So cutting off the losses quick. And honestly, what is my strategy? Why am I winning so many trades? I'm opening up a lot of trades, I'll be honest. I'm opening up a lot of trades at the right time, though. I'm thinking about my entries. Why did I enter this trade? What made me think this trade was likely going to go to the upside? Let's break it down. You know what I can do is I can delete everything and kind of show you how I formatted the trade, all right? So we'll do that. And I think it's cool for you to see, because you start where I start, right? With just lines on a chart, you know, just candles. How the heck do you turn this into money? How does anyone turn this into money? And we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it for you right now. So the first thing I look at is I look at the weekly. I look at my weekly support and resistance levels, all right? And we know that if we lose this key, you know, where we've looked to both times, this kind of line in the sand here, 25,000, 24,976. If we lose that, we're going to test this low 24.3. We lose that, we're definitely coming down to 21,008, and we can go from there. 21.8 would be amazing. I don't know if we're ever going to get below 25,000 again with the ETF and all the people that have to accumulate Bitcoin on the back end, and with the halving coming up. I believe there's just too much demand, but again, you never know. So here's the deal. The only thing that got me, you know, looking for a big short is this descending triangle. And I just want to keep putting this out there. I'm not saying it's happening, but we should be prepared for the worst case scenario is that we drop all the way back down to 19,000. That could happen. That could happen. So here's the deal. We're going to remove this line here. Boom. But I just want you to see this, you know, and I've been putting this out because I'm the guy that has to keep you aware of things that you may not have thought about. The one thing that I'm discussing and that I've been breaking down is the hidden bullish divergence on the 8-hour time frame. I don't like that song too much. It's too disconnected to me. I like more flowing music. So look, the RSI pointing to the downside here, while the price action points to the upside. That's hidden bullish divergence. Tells you will break this trend. You will actually make a move higher than this high. And then I had this idea, you know, are we making some type of like symmetrical triangle in here? Now, I originally had this thought and said, hey, we lost the rising wedge that we were in on the daily. And this was a rising wedge that broke to the downside. And we could be bearishly retesting. And it is some, you know, it has some bear flag vibes. That keeps going. That's a bear flag. We will dump to the downside. All right. Hidden bullish divergence is there, though, and telling us that we could get a move. And that's where I bring in my support and resistance. All right. Don't worry. I'm going to build all this for you. In the end, you're going to see a clear, perfect picture of how I'm able to figure out where Bitcoin's going to go. Trade is still in the muddy, pumping nicely, actually, right now, up 20 beans. That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. That's how a lot of my trades start like that, and they get into some bigger gains. So we'll see where this goes. But this will be my 5th trade straight that I haven't lost, dude, since the Thursday night. We got into a trade Thursday afternoon, banged on it. We opened up a trade Friday morning, banged on it, right? That was 2. Then I opened up another scalp in the middle of the day, hit it. Then I put the big one that we hit last night, 4 for 4. And then this will be the 5th trade that I put out to the trading group. Before that, I was like 14 days straight. Then I had like 2 or 3 days where I was a little iffy. And we've been back on track, banging on them to the upside. So it's been pretty awesome, man. And even the day I was pretty iffy, I didn't call the short, but I gave you the descending triangle, and I said I wouldn't long unless we got above 27,575 or 26,575. And if you trade that, and I said I'd rather be short now unless we get above that level. I wouldn't long unless we get above and retest. We never got above and retested. The market dropped on us. So even that idea ended up playing out. Look, 23 bucks, starting to get a move here to 26,922. This is a key area, though. If we can't break above it, this has been key support and resistance right now. We're either going to get really, really rejected by this, or we're going to shoot past it. This 26,930 has been a nail in our feet for a while now. It's been a problem. We got to push through it right now. This is kind of where we're at. All right. So the 8-hour suggests that we could continue to the upside, and it has that hidden bullish divvy. Let's take a look at our daily support and resistance, and then we're going to go from there. It's all about formatting a disciplined structure and then moving from there, all right? Staying focused and discipline is the key. So look at what I also saw. Now, if you were with us too, not only am I 5 for 5 now on my trades, all right, since Thursday night, but I also gave you the reversal off of the 786, and I made that trade live in front of the whole group. I said, I'm going long here. That's still in the money. That reversal is still in the money. You were still in the money had you held that trade. Now, I didn't. I sold at the bigger wick there, which we did get higher than we are now into that 27, 28, 29, 26 high and 27,000 area. But I gave you this exact trade in my trading group. Everyone can attest to it. Who here saw me give the trade exactly to the time? I have it timestamped. Right? I don't know why I always do this, but I want to prove to people that I don't BS. I want to prove to people that it's all timestamped, that it's all there. It's all historical data. It's all documented. No BS here. Every single day, 7 days a week, we give it to you exactly how we see it. So I call this reversal at the 786 retracement. Beautiful move back to the upside. We're now in the golden pocket, sitting pretty nicely. Previous resistance became support, stuff like that. So our next big resistance for the daily is going to be here at 27,196, 27,200. We get above that, we can get ourselves a pretty nice move to the upside. I really want to see if Bitcoin can break through this 26,930. This has been the area I've been bringing it up over and over and over again. Previous resistance becomes support, all right? And so you got to bounce here, and we're going to go into a smaller time frame to get a little more into this. But this is what I'm seeing here, all right? Let me pull back the fib. So we've been spot on in this trading group now with Bitcoin. Like, we got Bitcoin wrapped up in a bun, you know? So here's the deal. Do we make this symmetrical triangle, get tight on the range, and then we're going to pick a direction, up or down? Now we already know, like a day from now, tomorrow night, I already have an idea of what Bitcoin's going to do. See, I'm already a step ahead of the entire market. By projection, and because I've seen so much of this in my life, my projections aren't that far off. You know what I mean? After 10 years of studying insane movements and 15 years of buying and selling stocks since I started at 25 and even 24, I think I bought my first, but just 25 years old when I really decided, hey, I'm going to use the market to change my life. Like, that's when I believed that it could happen. Like, I didn't know how or when or exactly, but I had that inkling, you know, like, hey, I want to go play baseball, Dad. Can I sign up? Like, it was just the first idea, you know, but hey, you know, you don't realize it until you've accomplished your dreams that it all started with the first idea that you had. You thought they were daydreams before you accomplish your dreams and you have a thought. It's just like all the thoughts you have. I want to play baseball. I want to be a surfboarder. You know, I want to surf. I want to be a snowboarder. Like, all these are thoughts, right? That then one time you pick one and you go in that direction. Then you like look Shaun White, right? One day he was like, I want to be a snowboarder. And then he did it and he won all those gold medals and he's amazing, right? And then he looks back and he said, wow, it started with the day that I told myself I desired to be something. And so I realized that everything we do in life starts with a true desire, an inner want. So look at this daily's about to rip. I wouldn't be surprised if the daily rips to the upside. You're at the 786. You even have some hidden bullish divergence technically on the daily. It's like class B. It's not perfect, but it's pretty much there. It's established on the 12-hour time frame too. The 12-hour wants to rip. The 8-hour wants to rip. The 22 wants to rip. The daily wants to rip. The 3-day, we want to make sure the 3-day does not lose the 200 SMA. We got to make sure that this 21 becomes a holding point. Moving averages start to get tight again. And honestly, like I've been showing everybody, we could be making this an ascending triangle here, and this could be the move back up. They got everybody in fear, freaking out. They really do. They really do. When they induce a lot of fear, it's usually a good time to buy Bitcoin. Look at the fear and greed index, lower than it's been in a long time, back into the 47. I want shaded. I want 36. I buy when I buy whole Bitcoins, like when I buy a whole Bitcoin in one shot, that's when we're in this dark area here, okay? That's when I'm loading up. That's when I'm transmuting my funds, all right? But this is something that I'm seeing happening. Look, and this could be kind of a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder. And again, remember, I'm open-minded to this shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. See, how come I can see the bullish and the bearish times at all times? How can I do that? How am I able to do that? Look at us pushing through 26,930, baby. That's the level. Let's go. That was important. We really needed to break through that level. Trade's going well. Up 3%. I told you, I'm the king of 3%, man. If you can make 3% every single day, imagine compounding that over and over and over again. Man, if you know how to print that mulaka every single day, and I could go harder. I could up the leverage. I should be up $5,000 right now showing everyone. But again, it's about technique. It's about strategy. It's about discipline. I don't need to prove anything to anybody but myself. You know what I mean? And I want to help others. I want to help others, but I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I want to help you, though. And I do want to demonstrate and show you how we do it. All right? I consistently make gains here. And I just started leverage trading in March. like I'd say pro, like, you know, like doing it every single day, right? And I do not want beginners leverage trading if they do not take my beginner's course or some type of course. I spot traded for over 10 years before I touched leverage. I had made hundreds of thousands of dollars before I ever touched leverage. I honestly don't think you need it, but it could be a tool. Why would someone say no to a tool? Just yet another tool that could be used. All right. So here's my idea here. I hope you're getting excited. I hope you hear the passion in my voice for Bitcoin because I absolutely love it. The most important person to convince of things is always yourself. Shout out to Jamie. I love you, Jamie. As long as you're convinced, Jamie, though, everything's fine. You know what I mean? I consider you my second self, you know? If you're convinced of it, then I'm okay with it, you know? Shout out to everybody here. And I want to confess my dying love to Jamie. It's a non-heterosexual thing. I mean, it's a non-homo. He's my heterosexual life partner, okay? Shout out to Jamie. I want to confess my undying love to Jamie every day on the channel. Yes, babe.
He's mine.
He's yours?
Yes.
I can't have him, right?
No.
My wife
my
loves.
guy.
She's like, Jamie is mine.
Not Sean.
Sean's mine.
Sean is yours.
You have Jamie.
Yeah.
He's like, don't take my Jamie. Jamie, be careful with my wife. Oh, we don't want. Oh, man, that's like too close to home, right? Everyone, Jesus, jeez, Louise, God. Oh my God. Anyway, so glad that ETF did not get approved. Why? Because you would have been priced out, and you don't want to be priced out. You're Jay, and he's Silent Bob. Sounds like a very experimental thing you guys have going on. You guys are stupid. Anyway, so this is forming into a possible symmetrical triangle. See this tight channel? Measured move to the upside will be 29,820. Measured move to the downside will be about 25K. Do we see 25K? Well, we'd have to break this yellow line first, in my humble opinion. If we start to shoot down, we will break this line around somewhere here, and then we'll shoot down. The 3-day will have to give up the 200 SMA, which is not done yet. And it very well may not with the 100 crossing the 200. That's a, preemptive golden cross. Yes, we're overbought on the stochastics. We're coming down, but we could go up and down. This could kind of do something. It's not all over 100%. All right. Trade coming down. It was a quick, fast push up. Let's see what time frames are, Now, the 2-day looks like we could curve up to the upside too as well. The 12-hour looks good. The 6-hour getting a little beat and didn't get much love. So that's got me on the fence. All right. That's got me saying, that's not the best sign in the world. So we have to be open-minded. Here's the deal. What is our resistance? Where do we need to break back above? Well, previous support becomes resistance. You can see here, that's why I've been harping on this area and then harping on this zone right here. So look. See, we had bounce, and we came up. We wicked to it right there. Bounce, resistance, resistance. Can we flip 26, even 970 really, right? We're back at 26,933. I'm telling you, this is such a pain place. And we could be making something like this, like a bear flag, like this, that's going to dump us. The 6-hour does not look good with the 50 curving down, okay? And getting resistance at the same level at 26,930. This is the key area we needed to break back above to remain bullish. They're kind of faking us out here, not giving us the love. So this could be a bear flag to the downside. So here's the deal. If we cannot flip this, if you see us and this still double tops and starts to curve down, we might even get a small double top in there on a smaller time frame. We're going to start breaking down, everyone. If the 50 keeps crossing and you see the 50 cross the 80, watch your moving averages. Watch how smaller moving averages look. The 21 crossed the 50. These are preemptive death crosses. These are the beginnings. When a smaller moving average crosses a bigger one, these are the beginnings of the beginning, all right? The daily, look, the 1 hour just got a little overbought here. Hit resistance. So the trade went well until it didn't. You see? Almost want to use higher leverage and bigger positions, so I'm in the trade for shorter time frames. But that's the thing about leverage. See, everything in life is strategy. When you trade spot, it's in, it's out. Can't really do much. It's in, it's out. And then there's strategy, positioning yourself, and there's technical analysis. Once you add leverage, it's like, well, how much leverage do I use? Do I want to use 10x at 100? Do I want to use 100 at 10x? Do I want to use 1 at 100x? Do I want to use $10 at 200x? Do I want to use 50x at 500? Where do I want my stop loss to be? How much do I want to risk? How much of the move am I willing to take? Like, do I want Bitcoin to make 1%? Do I want to make 100 on the 1%? Do I want to make 50 on the 1%? Do I want to make 1,000 on the 1%? And these are all questions. And then as you trade leverage, you start to answer these questions because you keep doing it. But you don't really know until you do it. And that's why leverage is far different than trading spot, because there's more variables there. So look, see how we're overbought there? I'm going to end the trade. Like, I'm going to take the 11 bucks. You see? Boom. And I'm just making another winning trade. So there's green there. Oh, it flipped me down to 9.8. Bang, right? And I probably didn't win much. Let's see, right? But I got the 11. They gave me the 11 at 1%, right? But look, they add up over time. You see what I'm saying? Like, they add up over time. Like, there's a win, 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 there's a win. They add up over time. You just keep taking wins. There's 2 losses. There's a win, right? There's a loss. There's a, but look at the loss. 7, less than a cent. Like, look, less than a penny. Less than a penny. Like, the trade didn't go well. I didn't like it. I botched out. This is where I took some losses here. 160, 58, and 53. That was my hit. I overtraded on the weekend last weekend. But I'm still very, 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 very up. The 5,000 is still 6,600. You know what I mean? I'll go through this whole P&L in the next, like, maybe tonight. And I'm going to count every win and every loss, and I'm going to give you what it is. But it's since I started it, it's since October. So I'm going to give you my October P&L at the end of this, and you're going to see kind of what happened on my month of trading. So all transparent. You'll see every win, every loss. And it keeps me super disciplined, too, as well. Good thing I sold that, starting to come back to the downside. How did I know to sell? The stochastics got overbought on the 15-minute. If I wasn't doing the long update for you guys, I probably would have got out even a little earlier with the 20 or the 30 bucks, right? That adds up. I do that 10 times a day. That's 200 bucks. And then a couple of them turn into 200-300 bucks because I'm in the game. The key is to always give yourself a chance to get that big pump like last night. See, sometimes it might have been a $20 trade, but then I got the pump. This one, 20. So look, little one, 20, 20, 20, and then boom, 200-300. And then you grow the account. The key is to have more than you had at the end of the month. 1% of people are profitable traders. So right now, I'm in the top 1%, right? Or the top 10, whatever it is. I mean, I'm profitable. I turned 5 into 60. Like, I didn't lose my money. Most people go in here with a dream and a hope. I'm going to double this $5,000. They go in for 500 bucks at 50x leverage. They get liquidated within probably a day or two, if not in the first 2 hours. They lose 500 bucks. They go back in again. Then they use 200 liquidated, 300 liquidated. Next thing they're down 1,000. Then they got to get it all back. They go to double. So they go in for 1,000 at 10x, knowing this has to be the one. It goes against them. They add to the trade at this point because they think they're right. They lose another $2,000. Next thing they're down $10,000. Their wife leaves them, like Jason Casper says. Their girlfriend leaves them because their girlfriend found out he had a wife. No, I shouldn't say that's not funny because I'm making the joke Jason Casper makes, but not about my buddy. You know, I want to make that clear. I always have to think of what I'm saying. I don't realize because I'm not conscious of every word I say. So I just want to, if everyone's hearing me now, Jason Casper always makes a joke, and he's been saying it for years. Like, you'll lose everything, you know, if you don't take education with your trades, you're going to lose it all. And I 100%, I'm with that, you know. But yeah, become a profitable trader, join the trading group, learn the sauce, okay? I have 90% win rate in my trading portfolio, over 200 trades. That's insane. That's awesome, man. Shout out to Alpha, man. Everybody has that in the beginning. Funny, right? Hilarious, right? The last 2 weeks were dumping in the week and pumping in the weekend. It's crazy. So my leverage feeling is right. Feels like I'm looking for a sweet spot. Yes. 6-1-Ito was her name. I don't know what that. Anyone else watching the eclipse right now? Can you see it? We can't see it. Like, we can't really see it, man. Babe, there's a solar eclipse right now? I thought it was going to be tonight for us. I don't know. Yeah, I stream I stream Saturday mornings and Saturday night. I started Saturday mornings last summer. About a year ago, I think. I started the morning stream. And it just kept going. I'm still in the Bitcoin trade, and I'm in the green again. My man. Holding it down. So here's the deal. Bitcoin, resistance. If we cannot flip 26,009, we'll call it 950 right now, because that's kind of what it's holding us down at. We got to flip this and retest it, or we're going to go sideways and possibly dump. So this is a big deal. Like, we're at like a very, very big deal, because you can see it. Look, resistance, spike up, resistance. Otherwise, we're gonna fall to the downside. The 15-minute right now is getting a little overbought. Can it get overzealous and push us to the upside? There's a chance it could. Let's take a look at the 7. The 7-minute is overbought and telling us that it's likely to come down to the bottom of the pattern. So we're gonna wait for that to reset. I'm a stochastics RSI guy. This is what I'm looking at right here. Stochastics RSI, when they get overbought above the dotted line, 9 out of 10 times, that's not what you want to open up along. Every once in a while, they get crushed, they get pinned, I call it, and they keep pushing, but it's very rare, and it's unlikely. It's not what you usually see happen, all right? Jumped in at 11:45. It's now 12:16, all right? And we got BOOKMAP up and running for you, too, as well, just to see where the liquidity is. For the last few days, this has been this big order up at 27,200, just holding. That's been there for a while. Then we have 26,000 down, but look, the order is just, kind of scanned. It's weekend volume, right? The same thing. It's not as fun or as vigorous as the week, Monday through Thursday, really. But we do see more liquidity here, a little more liquidity to the upside. At the end of the day, it says we could get a little pop up. We got a little more liquidity up to 27.5. We got a gap here. They'd have to kind of travel through the bridge. Why bridge when they got, collective lily pads to walk on right here? Like see, there's a gap. They don't have to go across liquidity. Here they can just grab up until about 27. Let's see, 27.3, 27.270, 27.300. That's an area that I'm looking at for some profit taking if I am going to be in another trade later on today. All right, so where do I see us tonight? I see us probably most likely going sideways. 7-minute is about to retrace. That's going to take about an hour. Then it will come back up. Then if we break out here and get the move, we could be up here, or we're going to come back down. Because it's lackluster weekend, I could see me showing up somewhere right here tonight. And look, you can hit shift. I'll get out of the paint tool, hit shift and hold this tool. And so I'm going to be live about 8 hours from now. So right there is 8 hours, and then we'll move that over. We'll do it right from the bar. Yeah, so in 8 hours, it looks like we're going to be sideways right here in this box. I wouldn't be surprised if we scalp trade in the smaller time frame. So we're like somewhere right here in 8 hours. I believe Bitcoin's price will be in this box 8 hours from now when I do the live stream. And then we'll go from there. See what happens on that Saturday night volatility. So I expect Bitcoin to kind of just truck through this tight area here. All right. And remember, the first trade was this symmetrical triangle, which so far is breaking out and does have a bigger channel because it's the base all the way to the upside here, right? That gives us possibly 27,170, but still below the resistance. Can we get it wick to wick? It actually gives us right to there. So if we break out and we retest, I'm taking that trade. And what's is cool, watch this. We might get this exactly like this. We come down on the 7, we reset. We come back up, we break out, we retest. And then that is the cup and handle there. The retest and the cup. We could also pull a fib there, and there's a chance that the fib becomes like a 618. So I'm open-minded to this idea. I've seen it 100 times. I'll be watching the moving averages tight and above the 200 SMA is a good sign. If price action can stay above the 200 on the 50, we're good. Even on the 7. If the 7 loses this 200, it's likely we're entering the bear flag.